Hey, I was kind of I remember I was thinking back to when I used to make all those videos over the summer, and I had a lot of fun with it, and so I decided like to go and try to think of another video I could try to make, and initially I thought about like doing like a top five problems with Avatar, but I don't think I can make a video in like less than 4 hours, so I'm gonna probably offend a lot of people with this one, which I don't mean to do, but it's I'm gonna do the top five problems with The Dark Knight. And before I start, I want to say that I like superhero movies usually. Um, I like Batman too. I have a pair of things are laundry, but I have Batman underwear too. And I like the movie. I've seen it probably like 4 or 5 times, and I'll probably see it again. But what made me think of this is because I just saw like a list where they had it was some magazine, they ranked like the 500 greatest movies like of all time, and they had The Dark Knight at like 9 or 10, like ahead of like all like the classics, and so well, a lot of the classics, and so I was just kind of like and I feel like there's a lot of like plot holes or just kind of things that are just kind of goofy that people don't seem to call out on, and I'm here to do that, I guess. So my fifth biggest problem is these are the top five. These are my top five problems with the Dark Knight. Number five is the Gotham Police Force. For a city of 30 million people, they have one of the most horribly run police forces I've ever seen in an action movie. And okay, there's this one guy. There's one serial killer in this city, and he walks down the street sometimes dressed in a clown costume, sometimes with weapons, and then he robs banks. It's like, and they can't catch him. They can't. Well, they finally do catch him, but then he escapes because they're so incompetent. And it's like, how can they not ever catch him? There's no. This is the 21st century. There's no way you could ever not catch somebody who's just that who's just. It doesn't make any sense. And then number four is kind of similar to that. It's the scene where Batman is on this he's on this like long street in this like downtown Gotham on his little bat motorcycle, and he's heading for the Joker, and he's about to run him over, and then he kind of veers off to the side. And what I don't it's not that it's such a bad scene, but it's like the Joker knows he's wanted by all these different by every all the Crime Stoppers, and he's just standing in the middle of the street like he's not in Mexico, he's not in his aunt's basement, he's just standing in the middle of the street, and he's talking like loudly, like, and he knows he's drawing a lot of attention to himself because he's dressed like a clown with a purple coat on, and it's just it doesn't it's so ridiculous, it's so, and you could say it's a superhero movie, it's allowed to be ridiculous, but one of the things people like about the Christopher Nolan reboot of Batman is how his attention to realism, and that is the most unrealistic scene I've ever seen in a movie where well, it's one of them, where a guy dressed like a bat on a motorcycle is is trying to run over the serial killer clown, and I don't know, I just think they could tweak it a little bit, and okay, number three is Maggie Gyllenhaal's character. And I like Maggie Gyllenhaal usually, and I like Jake Gyllenhaal a lot, but her character serves no purpose in this movie, and there's a lot of scenes that they spend, like, I don't know, I think developing her character. She has this romance with Harvey Dent, and then Christian Bale has this, oh, I should have put, okay, well that's another thing, it's like his feelings for, I don't remember her name, but Maggie Gyllenhaal's character is such a poorly developed subplot. It's kind of hinted at that he like likes her, but then he's just like, okay, like whatever, I'm gonna go hunt down the Joker, and then all of her screen time like ends. It's not good filmmaking, and there's a lot of time to spend working on her, and there's a lot of time devoted to her and Harvey's relationship that ends up not going anywhere. Oh, that's right, because she dies. Oh, well. Alright, I guess I'll scratch number three. Okay, number two is Two-Face, coincidentally. Harvey Dent was known, he's a really good guy. He had a good value system. And then he gets in this, this wreck, and then he wakes up in the hospital, and he's just like I'm gonna start killing people. Like, I mean, he has a huge mood swing, and what's also, that's unbelievable. And then he just decides he's gonna walk around with his face half off, like he's not gonna. You could sell me that he decided to become a serial killer, but I at least think he would get like plastic surgery first, because that's also a really good way to get caught if you're a serial killer. If half your face is missing, you stick out. And number one is what makes me the most mad. It's the submarine scene where the Joker, he has all those people trapped, and then he's like I'm gonna, like, you're gonna be in a psychological experiment tonight, and he gives them both like a detonator to blow up the other submarine, and it's like, and neither one of them blow up the thing, and I think, and then neither one of them blow it up, and they refuse to, and it's like, if you did that in real life, people would be, you couldn't count to one before somebody pressed that button. It's so unrealistic, and it adds nothing to the movie. It's this wholly random, unrealistic scene, and it's like, I remember I was talking to my lacrosse coach, and I used to argue about this a lot. And he would say, and he would be like, "Dude, it's to show that the good Joker is so evil." It's like he's been killing people the entire movie. We get it. We don't need to spend a scene on this. And I do like it. I didn't like Batman Begins, and I thought The Dark Knight was good. It was pretty good, and I thought The Dark Knight Rises was actually a lot better than The Dark Knight. And that's my top 5.